Hello. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Happy Saturday. Or I guess good afternoon or good evening if it's not morning for you. I shouldn't just assume things. You know what they say about assuming. Anyway, hi. How are you guys doing? Hopefully you guys are more awake than I am. Guess we'll just see. We are gonna do a little quiet writing stream today. Well, I guess it's mostly an editing stream because everything's already been written. Oh, that's Mallow. She's munching on her tunnel. I'll take it away from her later. Yeah, we're gonna do like an editing stream because all the stuff's already written. I just need to condense it down to like a little overview doc. And then we're gonna do a little campaign pitch. And then if that's not done by end of stream today, you guys can bonk me. Where's my... And by bonk me, I do mean I will put metalpipe.wab down to like 1 cost. And you guys can really just destroy me. You know, whatever's easier. But yeah, how are you guys doing? Hopefully you guys had a good week. Oh, there are scramblings. I might end up kind of mostly being muted this stream, or toggling on and off, we'll see. So if I take a minute to respond verbally, I might need to be muted and then I will unmute. I do kind of want to take Mallow's tunnel. It's very good for her, but it is very loud and scratchy, and I don't think you guys want to listen to that. I guess I can just mute on and off. It is very good for her teeth. She is a dwarf bunny, unfortunately. And while that makes her very cute, it means that she has a risk of her teeth growing impacted up into her own skull, so she needs to keep those filed down. But she's been pretty good about it. She's been healthy, but you know, something to be aware of. I'm very again trying to see if my house is gonna stay quiet. It has been silent literally until I hit start streaming, and then of course there's lots of noise. I think it'll be fine. Let's just jump right into it. I'm just gonna go through. It's all the stuff that you guys have seen me write and helped me write, and we're going to condense it down into tiny little bullet points or like single paragraphs. This is stuff that like when people go to make their characters, if they want information on the setting, I can give them this little Google Doc and they can reference it. So it's meant to not be anything overwhelming. It's meant for them to look at like the headers on the side and decide what they want. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna just go through. I'll be muted because I guess my dogs are gonna bark. And you guys can just hang out and chill. Tell me about your week or listen to the tunes, you know? Whatever works. I do think that this stuff is okay. Because it's kind of just facts about the world, and they're tiny bullet points, so I think it's okay. Sanctuary is just a single paragraph, I think that's good. Should be. But these are okay. I already did some of this, so it'll be probably the second half of this Google Doc that we're gonna have to really scrumble bumble things around. spicy. Oh, yeah. This. Shine forever. Off the, I think, Eastern. I have kind of a vague idea of how I want the world to look, but it's not on paper, so I need to try to be generally descriptive in my written descriptions. want it to line up nicely, but I don't foresee that happening. You'll have to just suck it up. Just make it look as clean as I can. I have to remember this isn't actually work, in which this is what I do all day is I write software manuals, and I have to make sure that they are formatted nicely. But that's not what we're doing here, so I don't need to worry about it as much. It just needs to be legible. I don't know how I feel about that article being there. By most of Remai's side, most of the Remai's side. I mean, yeah, I guess it is more proper. I don't think anybody's really going to stress it. So. I know that this is gonna need a lot of trimming. I know these are. People have more information, or want more information, they can always just ask me. But this is not meant to front load them on too much. Hi Nakamuru, how are you doing today? Welcome on in. How's your week been? We're working on D&D Prep, so I'm kind of quiet today, but we're just kind of chilling, doing some editing and listening to some tunes. So far so good, good. Glad to hear it. Got any plans for this weekend? Is it just a chill weekend? Which I suppose in and of itself could be a plan. Just rest and relax. A white RGB MSI keyboard today. Ooh, that sounds very fancy. simulation. I customize all the keys to be Nakururu and put my logo at the bottom of. Ooh, that's very cool. That will be very, very cool. Let's do this also. I'm actually gonna take the go back up too. Hi, Blue. Good morning. This this song, Jesus. This song is, I think, Enchanted Falls by Cloudly. Pardon me. Right? Or is that backwards? Where are we? We're number 11. Yeah, Enchanted Falls by Cloudly. Yeah, it's part of a whole mix from Jazz Hop Cafe. It's quite nice. Yeah. How are you doing, Blue? How has your week been? I feel like I need to cut. And trim this. I can better summarize them. I don't mind this stuff because these are just like bullet points, but all this to trim. Not too bad. It was a busy week, but it's the weekend now. Heck yes. I hope you can get some good relaxation time in this weekend. I mean, I guess this is fine for her. Tamara just seems like she has so much. We'll move this down. I guess this is not bad. Nobody's gonna... Okay, let's be real. Nobody's gonna read pretty much any of this anyway, so... I think if I keep it to bullet points, people... If anybody does actually want to glance through, they can just go to whatever heading they want, and then just glance through. You know? It's fine. It's fine. It'll be a bit lurky, I think, playing a Wizard 101 at the same time. Hell yeah, dude! Enjoy Wizard 101. No worries, we were just chilling today. I'm just doing some editing, so I'm not very chatty today anyway, so. We're just listening to some tunes together, hanging out. I do love Kashe's entry. It's bitch evil yeet. I mean, he is the bad guy. But he is so powerful that he can serve as a cleric or warlock patron. But also he is unequivocally evil. I think that's fine. I don't think really any. They're at least a page each, right? Like I kept them to a page each, and it's all bullet points. And really, this stuff up here is just like quick little words. This is all any actual meat, which is just a couple bullet points. I don't think anybody's gonna really stress this. I have this problem with work too, where like, oh, this overview is 23 pages. That's not much of an overview now, is it? But it's like, well, I'm not really expecting anybody to read this front to back. I mean, they can, but I'm not expecting anybody to read this. I'm expecting people that if they have questions or areas that they're interested in, they open up the outline, click, and just go through, just read what they want, you know? And more likely are probably just going to message me with questions. Anyway, so, like, yes, it's 23 pages, but it's not really that much. It's not, I feel like it's not intended to be very dense. You're kind of, again, like I said, like with work, where, yeah, my manuals might be like 400 pages because they are complete start to finish comprehensive guides to whatever software product. But it's like, well, you're not really supposed to read it 400 pages front to back. Like, you open it if you have a question about whatever screen you're on, you do a Control F, you go to the thing you're looking at, read what you need, and then close it. Like, it's meant to be that way, as opposed to opening up, you know, like 10 different documents. Because, like, I could break these out to, like, setting, races, deities, factions, but that's 4 documents that I'm giving them versus just one thing to open, look at what they want, and then close it, you know? I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but I make it clear when you send it to them just so nobody is super intimidated. Yeah, I'm gonna just be like, look, this is just a reference. You don't have to look at it at all, but if you have questions when you want to make a character about, like, the setting or, you know, ancestries or deities, if, like, that's your character's thing, or just, like, if they want to be a part of a faction, because even factions here, I say, like, your character can be related to a faction or not. It doesn't matter. You know, these are groups that are out in the world, you're gonna run into them, but if you don't want to bother with this during character creation, then don't worry about it. But maybe they do. Maybe they want their character to be related to something, you know? So here's a little, you know, a paragraph for each. That's kind of what I want to try to do. I did give them, when I ran my one-shot, that was kind of like the prologue to this. I kind of do that too, because I broke it out. Actually, I should... Because I broke it out into its own document for them to reference. And then, where did I put it? is it this one? Yeah, in total it's 5 pages. And it's like, oh my god, you gave them 5 pages for a one-shot? It's like, well, yes, but even when I gave it to them, you know, it's kind of broken up. At least I tried to break it up pretty cleanly. Of like, here's a quick little synopsis. This was the link to the Roll20 game. Here's like your character information, like roll like a level 14 character. You know, it's combat primarily, because my one-shots were trying different things for DMing of whether it was like puzzle-based or exploration or whatever. This was like a combat one. And then, you know, things to consider. It's a combat. I just told them flat out, like, you can't rest because you're going into the bad guy's lair. He's not gonna let you sit around for 3 hours in his house. You know, your character's probably gonna die. It wasn't a guarantee, but, you know, I didn't want people to make characters that they got, like, super attached to, and then I killed them, because that felt kind of mean. So I didn't want to do that. Why? Why? I don't know. But point is, you know, since they were so high level, I let them have magic items and stuff, so I had like a page for this. And then this was just like background information. Which, I mean, again, they didn't have to read any of this, but I was like, look, if you read this, it will benefit you, because, you know, I'm giving you magic items. Things like that. And I think for the most part they did read it. I don't think people really read this part, which is fine, they didn't really need to. That's why it was the last piece, because this was the most important stuff up here. So. No. And then, like, if they do have fun, ideally, if they have fun and they, you know, maybe they want to add details to their characters later on, they can always come back and reference this for different ideas and things about the setting and stuff. Which, you know, again, they don't have to, but I would rather have it and it's organized and ready to go and I can just hand it to them versus not having it and then I accidentally word vomit on them, you know, when they have a question. Because I will do that. And that's not fun for anybody. Excuse me. I do kind of want to make... So it's a little bit more stiff. I kind of want to put sanctuary. Well... Hi, Eucryphia! Yeah, D&D Prep buddies! When are you guys playing? Are you guys playing tonight? Oh, I think my game we're playing tonight too, actually, right? Let me check real quick. Game that I play and I'm not running. Just... Yeah, 9/7. Okay. Oh, well, glad I remember that. Today, you've not prepped anything. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be a-okay. All you need to do is just prep, like, whatever they're immediately doing, and then frankly, like, if they get to something, or they go off track and you don't have it prepped, you can always just be like, look, I'm gonna be real with you guys. We can do this, but next time, because I don't have anything prepped. And I think they'd be fine. It's all custom monsters. Well, that's when you just give them a basic HP, AC, stat block, and then you just give them, like, an action, a bonus action, and a reaction. If even that. Technically, you don't have to. You usually give them just, like, an action. And that's it. That's what I do. I just break my enemies down into, like, little bullet points. because otherwise I get very overwhelmed very quickly. And like sometimes I'll take stuff that's like pre-existing, like pre-made, and I'll just like cut it down. Because you run Pathfinder. Well, I mean, I'm gonna be real with you. I looked at Pathfinder. It's really not that much different from D&D. Like there are differences, but I feel like you could still kind of simplify the stat blocks if you need to. Of just giving them like action-oriented stuff of like, this is what this thing does. This big old monster has a giant crab claw, so he can bludgeon you with it, or he can try to grab you, and if he succeeds on grabbing you, then he gets to pinch you. Bam, there's your monster. All done. Almost done with the monsters. Yeah! See, you got this. No problem. No probert bobber. Still, but no panic. Take a breath. Do the 4x4x4. Breathe in 4, hold 4, out 4. And because as dumb as it is, sometimes your circulatory system just like needs a reminder that it exists and has a function. I feel like this is too much information. We get it. People can follow Kashay because he is big and scary. Done. You got this. And you're gonna have so much fun. That's what matters. As long as you guys are having fun, then no stressy. Oshima. Okay, Spartan's gonna have to make it easy. I think that's fine. Okay, the fake warts need to be trimmed down for sure. This sentence has way too many commas. I like commas, it's too many. There we go. Look at that. Not so hard to look at. Actually, I'm kind of okay with fake quartz being a little bit chunkier of information. I feel like this is still pretty straightforward. Because in this setting, the ethereal realm is the Feywild. And so considering it is technically its own plane of existence, and there are going to be quite a lot of narrative influences, I think this is fine. And then there's these fuckers. I just feel like these are saying the same thing. That's fine. Oh, yeah. This is, yeah, this is a lot that's gonna have to be trimmed down. I'm just good. I don't. I like this because I feel like this is a fun thing if people want to like make characters that are either a part of this group or this is like a thing that they just, I don't know, maybe they're traders or something. Also, again, let's be real, most people are not going to read this, so if something has an extra paragraph, I'm not really too worried about it intimidating people. Leave the sass behind. I feel like magic is not scarce. And inaccessible isn't correct either. It's just like, I don't know, like your average person. What if I just don't worry about it? How about that? scale. I'm not really gonna care about more details than that until I start bothering them with those people. Which I will do. Big stretch. I don't mind this having a little bit more information because this is a faction that they can like join or be a part of or whatever. Just some nice little flavor text for them to think about. I don't mind leaving this in too because it's just like kind of stating that they can have ties to specific like denominations, whatever you want to call them, but I'm not going to restate all of this stuff that I list up here under deities. Like, that doesn't need to be said twice. I stopped formatting them because I just copy pasted them from the that document you guys saw me working on before, so the formatting got kind of silly. Okay, now I'm gonna have to rewrite like all of this. guess I could just condense it. You know, I'm just gonna. I think this is fine. Their little emblem, I think, is fine. Okay. And now we get to unformatting this. You know, I wonder. With me rewriting this, which removed the formatting and then adapted. Okay, I think that's fine. A paragraph is good, I think. Oh, for a fact, I'm not going to include any of those. Okay, yeah. Now, I need to open my doc because I'm pretty sure I added stuff. Yes, 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 I sure did. Here it is. I added about the paper, the newspaper. So, okay, I am kind of excited about this. I want there to be a newspaper in universe, and the newspaper is something that, because I want the game to be formatted of, you're at your HQ in Sanctuary, you pick an adventure, I make that condensed adventure, you go out and do it, when you're done you come back, right? Like that's the general idea. I want the newspaper to be one of the vehicles for that. It will offer like little like help wanted ads and stuff so that they could pick adventures that they want, as well as things that are just out and about in the town, or if they themselves just have goals that they come up with. And then if they do like big things, there'll be little articles about them and what they did, and I think that that could be cute. I just wanted to do that. Why did I write food? It's not food, what? Jesus. You know, I could just... Okay, and that's technically it? I think now I just want to organize these. Let me maybe organize geographically? I think Kasha being the top is fine. Or should I put him at the bottom because he's evil? He's kind of at the bottom of each list. I feel like maybe I should just put him at the end of each thing. Let me put all the sanctuary stuff together. Let's just look. Like how deep I go into the organizational part of like the world. Oh, it honestly, it just helps my brain. So I figure maybe it'll help everyone else. Unless you mean like the different factions and stuff. In which case, yeah, I just really like factions. I think there's so much flavor, right? Okay, because here's my thing of like, anytime I make a character, I always like reading. Like, we typically play in like a Faerun setting. I say Faerun with quotes around it because we end up just changing so much that's why I'm making a homebrew setting, because like we always end up changing so much that why don't I just make it all for myself, and then I don't have to reference a Wikipedia on the internet. I can just reference my brain. But there are always like the goddess of joy in Faerun is Lyra, and like they have their average clergy are called joy dancers, and they're just the people that go out and they play at festivals and they play music and they dance and they just bring joy to people. But then they also have like a group of assassins that serve her and fight against like their rival goddess, and I'm like, that's cool as fuck. Like and I feel like that's just like a level of flavor that you can give your characters when you're making them, as opposed to just, I'm just a generic adventurer, or I'm a generic assassin. Like, yes, I mean, you can be, of course, that's fine, but if you would like, here's some additional flavor. Here's some resources. And that's the other thing, is that a lot of 5e classes and backgrounds have, you know, like, oh, you know, if they're like if you play like the Acolyte background, or you use the Acolyte background, it always has like, oh, you get free shelter from people of your clergy. But let's be real, that shit never actually comes into play in game. And I want it to matter, because I think that those are really cool passive features that your characters can have, but they just don't ever really they're never really utilized very well. And for good reason, because there's usually just more interesting stuff going on. But it's like here, it's like if you're a part of this group, like this group will actively affect how you interact with the world. Like if a character wants to make a Living Dead character, like you might get banned from certain communities, and that will affect how you go about your adventures. Maybe you have to find a way around that. Maybe you have to be disguised, or maybe you're looking for a cure or something. Like, I don't know, there's so much potential that I want to give those pieces to my players, because I enjoy writing and thinking about and using them. I want to give them as options for people to do so as well. They don't have to, but the option's there. Aaron's like, really very, yeah, it's just they don't say anything about it. Yeah, you really have to like go digging, which kind of stinks. They did a lot in Lord's Alliance, Emerald Enclave, Harper's, but then they don't tell you about it. Like how clerics prepare their spells in different parts. Yeah, like I think that Favorite is actually like a really fun setting overall, but you have to do so much digging to find all that stuff, and it kind of just gets waylaid unless you're using like a specific pre-made module that kind of gives you that information. But even then, it's usually just like an offhand comment of like, oh, this NPC's part of this group. And it's like, okay, but what does that mean for them? And of course, you know, the DM and players can just, you know, fill in that information themselves, but I don't know. It's fun stuff. It's fun stuff, and I want to use it. These guys are all back here. I admit I did kind of get that from... I did get the inspiration from when I read about 13th Age, because I read a lot about, like, other tabletop systems. Because I was like, do I really want to stick with 5e? Because there are a lot of other cool systems out there. I ended up just sticking with 5e, because I do enjoy it. It was more of just, do I just want to try something different? But then it turned out most of the other systems that I found were either just as number crunchy as 5e, if not more so, or the complete opposite is they were like so much improv in the moment that my brain just doesn't really do very well with. Like I need a little bit of structure. And I would still like to try out those systems, but I was like, I'm not gonna flounder on this anymore. I'm just gonna use 5e. It's fine. Because I do genuinely enjoy it. I have fun. I like it. But 13th Age kind of gamifies, like it is a strict mechanic of using icons, which are like, they're essentially these. They're like your factions, or they're a single entity. Like, you know, like Cachet is a faction in a way, but he also is just a person because he's the main bad guy. But like these people and their groups and stuff have a tangible effect on the world. They're not just a thing that's out there that you mention but you don't really do anything with. Like, no, like your players can get bonuses when like it, like, say like if they're a member of, you know, a certain group, then if they're talking to somebody of that group, they can almost like kind of pull rank or pull that like that connection, and they can either get like a bonus to whatever they're rolling, or they get advantage or whatever. And it just, I mean, these are things that you can just do kind of in any system, or you could just be like, I will probably, depending on like situations, if they're a part of these factions, I might just give them a freebie. Well, it's like, well, you don't need to roll if you're a part of this group and you want to convince the person guarding the door to let you in. Like, there is no convincing. You can just walk in. You belong there. Which is another reason why I want to use it, because I think that's fun. Like, who you're aligned with matters. But I did like how 13th Age like made that a point to specify. So I wanted to bring that in. You're their boss. I mean, yeah, like if you like have rank in one of these groups, or you're related to somebody who has rank, or you're, you know, you're well known or something, like I feel like there should be tangible benefits or disadvantages with those things. Like maybe if you're, you know, if you're like a, like, who are some rivals? If you're like, you know, a Star Seeker, you're one of these like sky pirates, you know, they will do work with stuff like the curators, but sometimes they don't. Sometimes it's like, so maybe like if you're a star seeker and you're wearing their emblem or you're known and you walk into like the curator place and you want information, they might be like, I'm not going to talk to you. Or maybe they'll be like, I will talk to you, but if you do this thing for me. Like, I don't know, there's fun RP potential that I want to utilize if I can. You know? It takes a lot to switch up. Yeah, that was the other thing, is because then for me, if I was gonna swap like what system we used, I would definitely like obviously want to run a game in that system just to try it out before committing to like a longer form of games. But then I was like, now I gotta learn the system so that I can teach my friends, and then I have to make a game in it, and that could just be a simple like go into dungeon, beat up monsters, get treasure, yay, you won. But it's still something else I have to do. And then I'm like, I would want to make something that kind of does a little bit of everything, because like as I found when I was reading 13th Age, I really liked a lot of the social mechanics of 13th Age. I think it had a lot of fun like RP potential, exploration, like character creation I really liked. And then I got to the combat section and I was like, oh, this is a nightmare. This is a nightmare, and even the authors themselves who created this system have their little author notes and they're arguing about how to do different things. And I'm like, if you've made this system and even you can't decide which is the better way to go about it, that's not going to work for me. You know, on one hand, a lot of their notes were like, well, I would resolve this way, and I would resolve this way, so you pick which way works for you. And I'm like, okay, I appreciate that you're giving permission to DMs and players to like do what works best for them, but I do feel like you as the author should have maybe figured out what you wanted to do with the system that you were creating. But that's just me. Maybe lots of other people play 13th Age and they love it, so you know, but it just wasn't for me. And especially because combat was the thing that I was mainly focused on looking for alternatives. So finding a system that was, it was somehow more crunchy than 5e, I was like, I think I'll pass. I think I'll just focus on trying to make combat more interesting via, like, terrain and stuff. It's all jazz, man. It's all jazz. Yeah. So... I think 13th Age could be a lot of fun. I think, if anything, if I would to try to do a different system, it might be something like Dungeon World, because I did like a lot of what I read in Dungeon World. It seemed very fun. It runs on the Apocalypse system, as like the skeleton under the covers. But it seemed very fun, and I liked the classes and stuff. Seemed like, yeah, you have your general, like, archetypes, but if you wanted to reflavor things, you could pretty easily, which I liked. But I was just like, I don't know. Again, Apocalypse system kind of relies on a lot of, like, RP and, like, improv, which I'm not good at. I'm okay, but, you know. It was just a lot more. But I would like to try it someday, even just for fun. And, like, things that I didn't like about it were stuff like, oh, well, if you're a paladin, you can only be a human. And I was like, well, that's fucking stupid. But that's, I feel like, an easy reskin of you just be like, no, you can just play whatever you want, don't worry about it. Done. Easy. It just works. I do kind of want to put these under, like... Fork? yeah. And again, I just like 5e. I do have fun with it in a very real and genuine way, so it doesn't bother me to just keep using it. Now, excuse me, here's the problem. Do I want to organize these factions by geographic location? Because some of it is mixed around. Or do I want to just go in like an alphabetical order? I feel like maybe alphabetical order is just easier. That might just be easier. Because I feel like I'm trying to define it based on importance, and none of them are more important than others. Other than putting cachet at the end, which is just really funny to me. H. I do want to keep them. Well, okay. I should put Ian's Garden down the line because that is a higher level adventure. It is still out there though. Excuse me. Sanctuary, these guys are all located there. Living Dead. Probably put that here. Because if I were to organize this based on alphabetical order, I'm just gonna pull up a word pad that you guys don't need to worry about. Oop, that was me, sorry. Scroll. Okay, so I have them listed out. So A, C, Are moving. So I could. I do kind of want Sanctuary to be at the front because that is where they are going to be spending 70% of their time. But I can reorganize it at least so it's alphabetical order. Guess I'll check. And it would be Oscar Kata. Feels kind of like world history, but they are still out there. Ready to cause problems on purpose. This is the way of politics. He is food for demerits. They're just right next to each other anyway. Yes, they are. Great, perfect. I need to just grab them both. Oh! F. Right here. I'm the highwayman. It's almost over garden wall season. They just sulfurs and little beasts. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of blank pages because I'm moving stuff around. It's fine. No biggie. No biggie smalls. Just happened. Wait. Oh, this is... Why are you not better anymore? Wayfinders. Okay. We can clean these up. Okay, so it's nice and organized now. Pardon me, and isn't that just lovely? Okay. So, hey, we technically removed a page. It was initially 23 pages, and now it's only 22. Yay! Okay. What time is it? Oh, we've been through for an hour and a half. Okay, pretty good. We're making good time. Let's just go through this one last time. This is just a reference document. I feel like I should probably organize this too. Yeah, I should. Okay, fine. The sanctuary can still be in front. Sanctuary is like pinned to the top of all these sections by design. Actually, I think... don't save. Thanks, though. Let's go. E-location. And then these. Okay, I think that's fine. That's... I don't like this hanging word, though. It is a... synonym for large. It doesn't feel... Okay. There's a variety of geographic stuff. Expansive. There we go. I just need one more word on the line, that'll be fine. Yeah, it's organization, Fire Mountains, Farouk, Waste, Deadlands, Kashe. Okay. Great. Perfect. Play races, lineages. When in doubt, use Mordekainen's. It seems pretty balanced to me. Otherwise, we can do whatever we want. I feel like for these, the bullet points are perhaps excessive, but I feel like it makes it easy to read. So I'm gonna leave it. Evolk. Disc. The Living Dead. Okay, great. Deities. Some fun facts. Some flavor text. Fun facts, flavor text. Fun facts, flavor text. Ropa kind of is my little EBDB, and I feel like I know a few people who might also latch onto them, which is fun for me. Kashe, this bitch evil yeet. Great. Actions. The influence on the world. And you will run into them. Smiley face. Okay. If they want to read up ahead of time, they can, and if not, then no problem. Because then you'll learn as you go. Oh, actually, since we have room here, you know what I can do? I can do my favorite thing, which is I can make lists, and then I can link to them elsewhere in the document. I'm not gonna include Kashe in this list. Oh, no, she's not changed. She cycles. You know what? What if I just don't care that much? Have I thought about that? Yippee! Great. Okay, so now... Blink. No, headings and bookmark. Don't dox my documents like that, you little beast. Nucleus. Era. And Roebuck. Okay, great. Then they can just go look at those for more information. I don't care. Gravehorns, Highwaymen. Okay. Okay, so this is a little bit of a chunky document, but it is also a kind of a reference document for basically the entire world. So I don't feel too bad about it being like 20 pages. And I feel like kind of an easy read. Again, it's not meant to be read front to back, but if they did, I don't think that this is anything taxing. Most of it's bullet points, to be honest. So I'm not concerned. Okay, great. I'm gonna put this up because I'm gonna open up my Google Docs again. I'm gonna make a new. Okay. What are you doing? Oh. Okay. We're gonna make our little... We're gonna make a little campaign pitch doc, for lack of a better term. I already started this, but I am going to transfer it into... Yeah, this should ideally only be like 2 pages. Although I really, I don't even want to include this much. It's very flowery. I like flowery text, but it is a little bit much. Okay, I will copy paste this part though. Okay. This is the crunchy bits down here. Crunchy bits is gonna have to be reformatted. That's fine. This is the important part. Okay. This is all the meta nonsense. Party size. Style. Just from my brain. Bear with me. Probably will have an overarching story, but makes it easy for my brain to parse out if it's just individual little games. PvP, not allowed. That's not fun for anybody. Don't do that shit. Murder hobos, not allowed. That's just not fun for me long term. Okay. There was something else I wanted to put in here. Shit, what was it? I should write it down. I knew I would forget by the time I got to this. Crap, what was it? Guys, what was it? I didn't tell any of you. What was it? Oh, it was the date. That's what it was. I'm just gonna put it up here. I'm gonna put schedule. Weekends. I'm not running a game midweek. It's just not happening. That can be Friday or Saturday. But I'm not. I can't run a game on forget that I want to keep my streaming schedule of Monday and Wednesday during the work week. Running a game midweek is not really feasible for me. Okay, I'm gonna put okay, I'll be nice, I'll put your preferred schedule. Preferred. If it really, really doesn't work, I'll do what I can. But I would really prefer if we played on the weekends. Okay, great. Excuse me. Okay, great. Done. Now I have to make some really boring flavor text. What is this game about? This game is about going on adventures and beating up an old crusty lich. That is kind of the absolute bare bones. What is this game about? Going on adventures and eventually beating up a crusty old lich who just really sucks. That is kind of this really is just kind of the basic premise. But I don't know if that's enticing. That's not a terribly enticing description. So maybe let's try something else. What do I have written here? I do have a lot written here. Oh my gosh, why am I sleepy? Excuse me. Okay, I think this is okay. This is the very goofy, flowery flavor text that I wrote. I wrote it very basic and then I tried to fancy it up, and so now we're gonna try to strike a happy medium. I'm gonna highlight that because he's the main bad guy. We're gonna highlight them because they matter. We literally gave them factions and stuff in the world. I mean, okay, I like this. Oops, I didn't mean to open that. I like this. This is very flavorful. Where am I? Oh, I have too many windows open. Yeah, he really fucked up Panacea. Okay. We're gonna do this. There's 2 decades, so it's 20 years. Okay, well, how old does this read? Very silly way, I'm sure. How does this read? Badly, probably. But that's why we're here. That's the joy of editing. Is taking the bad stuff you wrote and making it good. Oh, I already stated 20 years ago. Okay, so I don't need to highlight this part. Great. Perfect. This is important. I know this seems flowery, but this is important. Because things not being what they seem is a very important theme in this game. And I need them to know that. It's okay if they don't know it directly, but it needs to be implied. They will very quickly discover that when they go on their little adventures. Some things are going to be a little suspicious. They're as tenacious as ever. They're just real go-getters. What do I have right here? Oh, I don't like it. Right, that's why I didn't copy paste it, because it's bad. What is a word I'm looking for? We're gonna do there the peacekeepers. There's treasure seekers. There's sneaper beepers. Can't have these two next to each other, but it's fine. There's there are words. I don't want to get metalpipe.wav. I need to finish this before I stop streaming. How do I want to convey this thought? How do I want to end this sentence, actually? Let me hang on. Hang on. You'll mind if I... Mind if I just look at something real quick? I would like to... Okay. Okay. I see. I understand now. Eyes have been opened. Way that is beautiful and lets me see that this is very bad. Okay. How about we just do this? How about hold, you guys are gonna hold my hand. We're gonna keep some of this. Good background. I think this should be a colon also. What? Okay. Don't need that adverb. What am I doing? I'm gonna highlight this. He's the bad guy. Ah, what are you doing? And then dramatic spit and then dramatic sting in the music. Okay. That's fine. That's like 2 sentences to describe the past. And then we have the one shot that they did that I very tragically killed all of their characters. Sorry again. I want to change this middle sentence for sure. I mean, I could just say, but to no avail. They didn't find it, which is true. That was a stipulation of the one shot. I wanted to see how they would handle it. And they died. Sorry. And then they didn't. And then they died. They super died. Again, that's on me. Sorry. But it is what it is. There's no going back. I do think it would be fun to include them as little shades in his castle. That's fun. Okay, I really don't like these last 2 sentences. How do I convey the current state of the world while being somewhat intriguing? It doesn't need to be super fancy or dramatic. It just needs to not be bad. Thinking, I promise I didn't freeze. Well, okay, I don't hate this paragraph. It's got a flowery touch to it, but it does convey some very direct ideas. I mean, he won. He took over. He absolutely decimated a huge chunk of the geography. And you either side with him or he kills you, which is true. He is not a big bad evil guy that's going to show up to taunt the party, because if he shows up, he's going to kill them. And that's an idea I want to convey to them. This is not a person you are going to have conversations with. Well, that's not true. I mean, he'll talk to you, but, you know, if he doesn't like what he hears, he's going to just kill you. Because to me, it's silly. The way that he is in my head, right? Like, I like when parties can talk to their bad guys. I think that's fun. I think there's a lot of fun flavor there. I think there's a lot of drama, and that's great. In my head, Kashai's not that type of character. He's not a Saturday morning cartoon villain. He's not someone you can persuade. He's like, I don't know what you're gonna persuade me from. Winning? Like, he has all the leverage, so there's nothing to convince him of. I want to convey the idea of, like, this is probably gonna be a sentence that gets destroyed, but it's fine. Right, like people are just trying to live their lives. Okay, there's that thought. They don't like this guy. They don't like this guy. They wanna kill him. Oh, the sun came out. Okay, maybe my brain will work. What's that phrase? Opportunity in war, but I don't want to use it. It's cheesy, but it is the same concept. I don't like it though. Well, actually it would be who? Those who. I guess we're speaking about people, not objects. Or concepts. Okay. So here's the thing. I've always been really bad at summarizing things. And it turns out that it hasn't changed since I was in grade school. I always struggle with either writing too little, that's almost kind of comedic how little, or way too much. And you would think that I would have learned how to strike a balance, but I haven't. It turns out that I'm still very bad at it. I don't know how much is too much information and how much informs the setting and the premise, right? But I don't want to just be like, this is the campaign pitch, because then I feel like that undercuts the fact that I want to have fun with my friends, but I also like the collaborative storytelling aspect of tabletop games. And I want to tell a story and get to know people's characters and have fun. I am gonna put Crunchy Bits on its own page because it just needs to. It's fine. Crunchy Bits is fine. Crunchy Bits is okay. Crunchy Bits is very straightforward and good, and I like that about Crunchy Bits. Get this out of here. I don't like it. Okay, bare bones. And then if you look at what I wrote previously. Actually, I'm not gonna say what the conciliator is. They're gonna have to just play to find out. How about that? Got him. Conciliator. Have to do this. I don't want to get metal piped. Okay, he became a bad guy. They're going to be barks. just a real problem. A real pain in the butt. No. Focus, Isabel. What? Okay, what did I say? Okay, nothing helpful. Great, perfect. Oh, baby. What is the word I'm looking for? Not coalesced. I need to get a thesaurus. It's not gathered. Gathered is close. Accumulate, collected. Oh, amassed. There, that's the word. Amassed is the word I was looking for. Thanks, thesaurus. Assuming this was supposed to be he amassed. Unfathomable power. I mean, I kind of want to use that. I think it's funny. I feel like they're going to read it and they're going to say, without fathom in their heads, and I like that about my friends. I'm gonna say, in favor of a once fabled. Got him. Got him. Different. We're not using two unprefixed words in the span of two sentences. What did I say in the second half of this paragraph? Lots of flowery language that I don't care about. Great. Okay. I will unbold that because... Oops, not. I do like this part. I like this. Like, I do like their little thing. I think that's fine. Right. We've condensed now 2 paragraphs into, like, 1. I think is good. Now for the hard part is the part that I have to keep rewriting over and over. I never returned. What did I say? Because I haven't mentioned... I think I'm just back to the same issue. Why am I struggling? Other than because I'm a silly little bitch. Okay, I'm gonna keep this. Bear with me. I guess you've been bearing with me. You've been watching this whole struggle of a process. Yeah, that's so fair. That's so fair, bestie. That is not a word, you're right. I wanted it to be, but it's not. What if I just... What if I just... Chew. What if I just bar you? I'm pointing at you. You're in this world. What kind of person are you? Whale. What is your problem? No any difference. I don't know if that's correct, Google Docs. But let me think. I guess difference is correct. I feel like different is a colloquialism that I probably could leave because this is obviously a very unofficial document. But I really just don't want to look at that blue line, so we're gonna just acquiesce. I do want different though. Difference just felt bad in my mouth. Wish my Codium wasn't working today. Could ask her how to end this. She could put me out of my misery, I know it. Different there feels right to me, but it's always telling word to eat it. Yeah. Different just feels better to say, I suppose. Well, if I say anything different, it is grammatically correct, but it's hard because a lot of the time Word and Google Docs, their grammar has gotten worse as they are very much very pretty blatantly using machines. Not even just AI, like the new trend of AI, but just in this is even like years ago. They very clearly stopped taking human input into their dictionary. So sometimes it's frustrating. Like, no, this is not incorrect. But then there's also like, yes, grammatically it's incorrect, but it's okay. Sometimes it's okay to break the rules. It's okay. Well, others have never known anything different. I think that's fine. I mean, I can't, like, part of me wants to just be like, I just want to finish this and just be like, like, what kind of person are you? You know, it just feels. I feel like it could be like a fun little, like a little wink and a nudge. But I feel like others might look at it and be like, "Oh, stop it," you know. Have fun with it. Yeah, I'll. Okay. Markov, if you think that I should just have fun with it, then I'll just have fun with it. I will decapitalize this. Do I want to keep these sentences in order? Among the opportunities, the valiant, the explorers, and the everyday man is you. I remember time before I should deliver them. I want to swap these sentences. I kind of felt like I was going to, and I am. Is there a space there? No. Okay, just look like it. Yeah, I do like the flow with this better, because it's vague, and then it zooms in on the player, the character, and keeps it going. I like that. Okay. Rid of this crap. Get rid of it. Okay, so this, I mean, this is ostensibly 3 paragraphs worth of sentences. Because, yes, this is technically its own paragraph, but it is 3 words, so content-wise, I feel like that's pretty good. This is pretty, it gives a little bit of background, tells you what all happened, but we're focusing on you as people. You're not going to be taking down the powerful level 20 Lich right out the gate. Don't worry about that yet. Maybe one day. Crunchy. Okay, I will probably even truncate this a little bit too. So this is this. If we can get this down to 1 page, that would be perfecto. West Marshals let players choose what goals to pursue and convey that to me as a DM will prepare what is essentially a contained one-shot mini-adventure. I'll just say, essentially a mini-adventure. You're going to go on this adventure, resolve it however you wish, then return back to HQ, rinse and repeat. Okay. Adventure time. Thanks! I hope it will be lots of fun for my friends. I just wanna have fun with friends. I want to include more players because, like, we have such a big group of friends. We play with like 7 or 8 people for our main game, but I'm like, I don't know if I could handle that many people. So we'll start with just 4 or 5. I also, the way that I want to run this is that people can like join as little guest stars. I think that would be fun for just like an adventure or 2. So. Or they can play as like bad guys and stuff for me. I don't know. I think that would be fun if people are interested in. So that they can still play, but I'm not trying to manage like 8 people. Kind of what DMing this gameplay loop may smooth out to like the OG critical. Yeah, oh, that's true. They did. That's right. It's nice for adults with exactly. Yeah, because like one of my friends, like he has a baby, and that's great, and all the blessings for him and well wishes. But like, I would still like to play with him, but I also understand that he maybe can't dedicate, hours. He already like has his free time dedicated to different things, so he may not be able to like add one more thing onto it. But maybe if there's like a weekend that he's free and he'd like to jump in, then he can, because I do really like playing with him, They have a baby, you'll see them again too. Yeah, he kind of like he'll hop on call and stuff when like we'll play games together. But then like he'll have to get up and help with the baby or something, or like with his partner, and maybe just won't come back. And that's fine. Like I totally get it, but I love hanging out with him. And his ideas are so good and creative, and he's so fun to play tabletop games with. So it'd be nice if even if it's just for like a session or two that he can jump in, like that'd be nice. I like playing with him. I like playing with all my friends. Then I have other friends who like they're not usually very interested in like joining another long-term game, which is totally fine. You know, I genuinely no worries. But like I do like playing with them. So maybe if they don't mind jumping in for just a session or two without the full commitment, that would be fun. And maybe it won't happen at all, but I want to leave room for it to happen. Whenever a story will develop over time as I get comfortable with DMing, this gameplay loop. Well, this should be the end of the sentence. This gameplay loop. They smooth out to a more traditional campaign style over time. Oops. That's me, give me random sessions or short. Exactly, yeah. Yeah, I love joining, like, that's why I think I am excited about this style, because for me as a DM and for my players, hopefully it's just a little bit easier to digest of like, here's your characters, they're in the hub city, you read a help wanted ad in the newspaper, go do this fun adventure. Get your spoils and then come back and maybe like make friends with NPCs or something. Or heck, maybe they just want to focus on like their personal character goals. And that's fine too. It doesn't like lock us in to anything. Vibe check. Relatively lighthearted. Yeah. I want there to be like rooms for jokes and goofs, but bad things can happen in the game, in the world, and to your characters. Emotional beats, mischief, and character exploration preferred over inescapable. Yeah, like I want there to be like fun, but it's not completely unserious. I want kind of like that middle room, you know? Players should be able to cooperate with the team. Reserved, guarded, or even prickly characters are fine, but a refusal to cooperate with your fellow PCs probably won't fit well in a troop group. Yeah, I want them to be able to get along. PvP is not allowed. Minor conflict arises, let your characters process and work towards different. Let your characters work towards various types of resolution. Characters can be upset about events without having the knee-jerk reaction to kill, maim, or abandon fellow party members. Yeah, I don't like PvP. However, while conflict can lead to fun character development, if something has made you uncomfortable, we can call a timeout to discuss it. Yeah, I don't want to run for murder hobos. Homebrew. Okay, I really want to fit this to like one page. What if I do this? Will probably develop over time. I mean, I get this could go on the second page. I don't think it would be that big of a deal, but the more streamlined, the better. I should really like spell an item start with a find along the way. Want to reskin? That's great. Let's listen there. Maybe I should just put it on the second. Jokes and goofs. But bad things can happen in game and the world to your character. I say PvP murder hoping would be tolerated. Yeah, that's true. I I added in specifics because this has happened in games before, where there were like an inter-party conflict that came up of like how to resolve an issue, and the result was the answer was to either completely just disband the party or to try to kill other PCs, and that's why I'm like, that's not going to happen. Like, it's not gonna happen. I guess I probably don't need to elaborate it on this. I could probably just... Yeah, it was not fun. It was also years ago now, though, I will say, so... You know, because Jesus, 2024, so this was probably back like 2017, 18, so it's been a couple years. But I'm still very much like, it's not gonna happen. Also because, like, Borf feels the same way. That it's like, I don't know, inter-party conflict can be really fun. As long as everybody's, like, comfortable. I mean, even in our current group, in which I play my character Lucy, the green tiefling I draw all the time, we have our wizard and our ranger are kind of like soft rivals, and it's very funny. Very funny. Okay, let me mute. I do think you're right, though. I think I could probably, yeah, just condense, like, PvP. PvP and murder hobos are not going to be tolerated. Yeah, because it's just... I think, like, in murder hobos, I feel a little bad about, like, taking such a harsh tone. Because I think they're fine, like, if that's the group that you want to play and run, and I think that could be a lot of fun to just be, like, ridiculous. But long-term for me, it's just not fun. Hi, Scarlet. Scarlet, I saw that you have these new emotes, and they're so cute. They're so cute! Your little kitty cats! Love them. I like the little yippee. It's cute. How are you doing, Scarlet? Yeah, they're cute. I love them. You got sub badges. I'll have to go over to your chat and, like, just type a message to see. Although, I don't know, I might have a first badge, but I want to see. I'm very excited. I have so many points saved up on your channel. I can cause so much mischief. Ooh, actually, I can just look you up on that little Twitch emotes website. I can see your sub badges and stuff. Working on some stuff again? Yeah, I know. I'm very excited. Are you gonna use the same model, or are you gonna... Because I remember you had to, like, dig for files after your computer had an attack. I feel bad about using such a harsh tone for murder hobos. They were saved via Steam Cloud. Okay, good. Good, good, good. I'm glad. I'm glad you still have your little succubus who is so cute and so pretty. I mean, it's true. I am not against murder hobos as a concept. I don't want to run for them. PvP's not tolerated. It's not gonna happen. Making rules. Yeah! Yeah, this is gonna be the little one-page campaign doc. Like, here's, like, the backstory and the premise, and here's, like, just the hard facts. I want to just get it done and just post it and stop warfling about it. Because I want to run it so bad, and then it feels like... It feels like I'll, like, get such a burst of energy, I want to work on it, I'll get all these ideas, and I'll have this productive moment, and then something bad will happen in my real life environment, and it will suck all the life out of me. And that cycle keeps kind of just pushing the game further away, and I'm kind of sick of it. I want to just do it. I want to just do it already. It's pretty much done. Anything from here on out that would need to be prepared would be from people's characters. So they need to make them. So I have to put this out there so that people can make them if they want to join. Otherwise I could just world build into infinity, which is fun, but, you know. Yeah. I also kind of feel like this game's probably going to be like a once-a-month game, just based on people's schedules, so... I wouldn't mind playing it like twice a month, like every other week or something, but... people got other campaigns going on, so... The idea is that this is kind of a chill style. I'm gonna change this to... Remember that if anything ever makes you uncomfortable, you can call time and discuss privately or as a group. I just want people to know that they can message me. Hi Layla, welcome in! Ooh, get scrungled. I feel like you've been scrungled before. Yippee! Yippee! Have I been scrungled? Oh no, did it reset? Why would it do that? You have 4 times, yeah. Why does it say you've been scrungled 1 time? I don't understand. Streamerbot, please just work. God, is it really? I had it working where it counted. I'm kind of at I'm kind of at the edge of my rope with Streamerbot because I will code it and I will set everything up as to with like really specific examples and documentation as my guide. It will work, and then the next day I'll go to stream and it has just completely reset everything, and I'm like, I don't understand. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. If I do a shrimp... Okay, at least shrimp comes up. Count multiples in the stream, but you can only do 1 per. Yeah, it's only 1 per, but it should accumulate over time. That's why I don't really understand why it's not doing that. Because it definitely did when I tested it. Your other stuff does... Yeah, that's through stream elements though. That's not Streamerbot. Because stream elements uses like the text command, Streamerbot uses the channel redeem, so they're different. I don't know. I'm gonna have to just look at it after. Yeah, it seems like this stuff is at least working, which is good. Because it didn't for the longest time, and that was also very annoying. I don't know. I don't want to... I don't like bothering people, but I feel like I'm just gonna have to ask somebody to, like, look at it and be like, what am I doing wrong? Because from the documentation that I'm finding, it's like a one-to-one just with different, like, words, but the variables and stuff itself is all the same. And it just doesn't work, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Yeah, it's D&D time. It's D&D time because I don't want to get metalpipe.wowed. That's the deal. If I don't finish this by end of stream, you guys, I'm gonna put metalpipe.wav down to like 1, and then you guys can just really bonk the crap out of me. On a boss, great. Oh, that's my punishment, is to be bludgeoned with metalpipe.wav. I do feel like this is good, though. I feel like this is good. This is a single page. So this is the little campaign pitch, right? We've got years ago. Let me mess with battle power. Battle power. Send it. I do think it's good. So we have this. This is our little campaign pitch. I think that this is good. I will take a sippy. I'll take another sippy because I just took a sippy. I will take one thing. I know we talked about like bottle opening sound for sippy, but sometimes I'm tempted to just be like a. I just think that'd be funny. And then here's the overview document. So this document it's 22 pages, but don't be afraid. This is basically like this, like the whole setting reference document. None of it is required reading. Probably the only quote-unquote required reading would be this, which is really mostly these 2 bullet points, is that Panacea is where you are located, and there are no planes of existence. The only 2 planes of existence are material and ethereal is the Feywild. So if you send something to the plane of fire, no you don't. But that's just a flavor text thing on like spells. But other than that, that's really not that big of a deal. I'll shove all this information in my brain and devour it. Yeah, it's like the little campaign guide. And the thing is, all of these, if it's like a big text, well, actually I could probably just show it on Firefox. To me. If I go out here, everything has been like header-footered. So you can just scroll through the side. You can just find whatever you're looking for and go right to it. You don't need to. You really, really don't want to. You don't have to like sit and scroll through all this. Also, a lot of it is like bullet points. So it's just about like the setting, just quick little blurbs about everything. So nothing is really too in-depth. These are like the playable. I guess this is required reading, but again, this is very much like, frankly, if somebody could just, it includes almost every like ancestry that you can play as, every, race or whatever, with like maybe some slight flavor differences, but for the most part, excuse me, if anybody picks anything that I might be objectionable to, I could just talk to them about it, and I'll probably still just make it work anyway. But it's stuff like this where it's like, no ancestry provided in this doc is off limits. Some things might have narrative implications, so like you can play like a GIF, but that does mean that you're going to be from a very specific type of people, and that's fine, you can do that, but you're not going to be traveling to and from space willy-nilly. You are going to be stuck here, and maybe that's part of your character goal, is getting back off of Panacea. I don't know, but these, and then the deities are probably the most in-depth, but I mean, even then, the front part is like some quick just bullet points, like their primary domains and their alignments and stuff, and then just like a couple bullet points for flavor text for each of them, but they're really not that fancy. Where's your dead dad? Kashe's here. This bitch evil. He's right here. He's here, don't worry. He does technically count as a deity for the purpose of mechanics, for people want to play clerics or warlocks. They could technically be aligned with Kashe. There's definitely a lot to talk about behind the scenes for making that kind of a character, but it can happen. I'm not opposed to it. But they will definitely be playing either a temporary character or a long con character, which is, I'm fine with, but you know, because he is a man. You could. The thing is, like, genuinely, like, I don't want to say. I want to be the kind of DM that plays either yes and or yes but. I don't want to say no to sweeping things. I want to try to make things work as much as possible. I may have to just say no to certain things, but hopefully if I say yes to enough things, it won't be so bad if I have to say no. You could be in it for the long con. I'm fine with that. And that's why I'm like that partially that's why in like the campaign pitch I had initially specified what PvP meant to me is stuff like trying to maim, kill, or abandon fellow PCs. That's not going it's not going to happen. That's a hard no for me. But I don't want PvP to be read as, oh, we can't have, my character has to get along with everyone else in the party. Like, no, I mean, there can be inter-party conflict, just settle it like an adult and don't try to shove the other person down at the table. You know, like, we're not kids on the playground, or if someone's on the monkey bars, you push them off. Like, we're adults. Like, settle it in-game in an adult way that is fun for everybody. I don't think I should really have to explain that to people, but I had initially written it out because I was like, if it's written out at the beginning, then they can't say I never said it, but I think it's fine. This is also, I suppose, stuff that if people want to join, we have a session 0 making people's characters, we can talk about specifics as we need to. Then I order the factions, which again, people don't have to belong to a faction, but if they want to, here they are. And even if you're not, they exist in the world, so you're gonna run into them. So, you know, I would do that. I like the RP. Yeah, the RP conflict of working through it in game. Exactly. Like, I like that too, because I think that could be really fun. And I don't want to like pigeonhole people into if their characters just don't like mesh well, like their personalities just don't mesh, but they can work as a team. That's all that matters to me. Like, and I did specify that much, that like, you know, part of your player buy-in, if you're going to play in this game, like, your character needs to cooperate as a team. You don't have to get along, you have to be able to cooperate. And I feel like those are two very different things. But I don't think it'll really be a problem, to be honest. I would be kind of surprised if it was ever an issue. So, here's where your wife works. Your wife works at the Red Hand Casino. Your tall 12-foot wife. I am a master of that. My IRL. It is definitely a skill that you have to acquire as an adult, and I have met many adults that don't have that skill. They equate being civil with being someone's friend, and I'm like, those are not the same thing. You can be a civil adult and work with people and not be someone's friend. And not even in a hostile way. Like, maybe your personalities just don't mesh, and that's okay. Not a big deal. You know? Just like a little bit about it each. The Fae Courts are a little more in depth because it is an entire plane of existence, so it does have a little bit more to it. Grave Wardens, Highwaymen. Here's Kashay. He is technically a faction in a way. It's his stuff. And then these guys. And that's it. So it's really, it's not, it's 22 pages. I feel like it's not very dense. It's a reference document, you know? If people are curious about the factions, if they want to be a part of them, or they just don't care at all, then, you know, they can click through it and just go from there. And there you have it. Now here's the question. If 22 pages of good info. I hope so. And then if people have more in-depth questions, I can answer that. Yeah, they're just kind of like setting facts. Now here's a question. If I copy this and I paste this into Discord. Okay. Discord's okay with this length. Okay. Wanted to make sure. So, you know, I think that this is okay. Ooh, baby. Finished just in time. No metal piped out WAV for me. Yeah, whoa! So, I'll probably just... I also put preferred schedule weekends. If people can really... Hooray! If people can really only play on a weekday, I can make it work if it's the majority, but I really would prefer to do weekends. So that I'm not getting off of work and then immediately having to worry about a game right after. And then also it would only be able to be like Tuesdays, Thursdays anyway, so... Because I don't want to move streaming. I like my Monday game night. I like Wednesday, like, productivity night. Friday, we're kind of doing, like, raid stuff. So... I don't know. I mean, again, like, I'll try to be as flexible as I can, but... I would prefer a weekend. And also, the other thing is that if it's a weekend and I need to do any, like, last minute shuffling around with setting things up, I can do that. Heck, I could technically do that on stream if I really needed to. We can just put on, like, Spirit City or something and hang out and chit-chat about stat blocks and stuff. But I can't do that on a weekday. So, you know. I hope it'll be okay. Maybe there will only be like 2 people who are interested in playing anyway, and so it won't be an issue. That's fine. So. Look, listen, it's fine. It is what it is. If it's a reality of the situation that only like 2 people want to, or only 2 people can play, that's fine. That's kind of the beauty of how I want to set this up, is that I can tweak the little adventures to suit the party. I don't have to worry about, right? Like, the only overarching plot right now is that Kashe is the big bad and his little minions are everywhere. Technically, that is the only plot. It's just the world state. So... technically, people could make a party in which they just don't really care about that. They just adapt to it and just only care about their own character goals. That's fine. I mean, if that's what's fun, I can do that. If they start killing his lackeys, he might get a little pissed, but, you know, if they just leave his minions alone, he's not gonna notice or care about them, so... Which, now that I'm saying that, is kind of funny. You just live under this tyrannical yoke of a arch-lich. And you're just like, eh, that's not my problem. That's kind of funny, to be honest. That's actually really funny. Oh my goodness. Good stuff. Okay. I guess this is done, and I guess I'll post this after stream. Kills his lackey. Just have him look at me. Oh no, officer, you caught me. Whatever shall I do? Oh my god. He would just show up and be like, could you fucking stop? I'm using those. And then he kills me. I mean, the thing is, he would offer you a deal first. He'd be like, okay, hang on, you're competent enough to be a pain in my ass. Do you want to work for me? And then if the answer's no, then he'll kill you. Are you only posting Carnation? I mean... no, I might... well... see, here's the thing. I want to invite the people that are in the D&D Discord, but it's technically not my Discord, so I don't... like, is it okay if I post the invitation? I would message Wyatt privately. Yeah. That's the other thing, is that the people who look in the D&D Discord just on their own post his there. That's true. That's true. I wouldn't mind if, like... I don't know. Right, like, I wouldn't mind, like, if, say, like, I post in the D&D Discord and only, like, Stu wants to join. And he's not in the Carnation Station, but then, like Scarlet and Spencer from Carnation want to play. I wouldn't mind, like, inviting the Carnation Station. Because if I'm running one-shots and I just drop information in the D&D Discord, I don't mind that. But if this is, like, a longer form game, I want to be able to, like, get messages and stuff. And I would need admin authority, so... Used to this, you're not getting out of this without me. Well, I mean, I'm happy about that because I really want to play with you. Just maybe perhaps private channeling games. I don't know. I think what I am going to do is, like... I mean, either way, any campaign documents, I will acquiesce and I will put them all in Google Docs. So, like, stuff like the reference sheet that I made and stuff. Or, like, not reference sheet, but, like, this, like, overview reference doc. I will keep in Google Docs so people can access it from wherever. They don't need to have, like, Microsoft Word to open it. Even just to view. Oh, I don't know. Whatever. I'll just use Google Docs. I'm not gonna put stuff in, like, Discord. Right? Like, I'm not gonna, like... How am I trying to phrase this? Like, if I put stuff in Discord, it's gonna be, like, links to, like, Google Docs. I'm not gonna have just loose information in, like, a Discord channel. So I'm not too super stressed about, like, where things go. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I guess I could just ask what people prefer also. How about I just do that? How about I just ask, be like, when I get a feel for who wants to play, I can just ask them, be like, do you guys want to play in this server? Yes, no. Okay, then in that server I will make a channel or something. And people can just post whatever they want there. I don't want to make a whole new Discord. I just don't. I have too many. I don't want to make people join a new one. I know for 100% I don't want to do that. I don't know if I'm making sense. Maybe I'm overcomplicating it in an effort to not do that. I don't know. I didn't. Yeah. Like, I'm currently in way too many. I don't want to add more. Work. And I think giving people a link to, like, a singular Google Drive where anything they need is there is, to be honest, just more organized than a Discord server anyway. As well as the Roll20. Because then if I need to give you guys, like, handouts. I do like Google Drive too, yeah. It's very handy. I don't like Google, but I gotta give them that their products are handy. I've used it to organize and condense information. Exactly. And it's like, it's very accessible. So as long as people have a browser and an internet connection, they can open it. And then technically I think that they can mark it as offline and then they can view it whenever. So, and like, if anyone has a question, I'm like, okay, here, and I hand them a doc. Exactly, yeah. Exactly. So, I think that'll be good. Bork. Okay. So I guess what I'm gonna do is I'm going to... These autosave, so I don't need to save them. That's what I did for my Kyushu Pokemon Gajinka campaign. It's very handy to just be like, here's a Google Drive with everything you need in it. You can reference it whenever you have a question. Go look at this document right here at this point. So I think that would be good. And I can like leave like the campaign pitch in there too, even. Yeah. Yeah. Very handy. Okay, so I guess what I'm gonna do is I will post. I have a section just labeled game resources and just Google Docs. That's so good. Yeah, I have like a D&D folder. I should do that though. I should make like a specific drive like for this campaign, and then that way people can just. And then also, if I need to, don't tell Wizards of the Coast, but if I need to, like, if anybody wants to use like the Dark Arts player companion or something, if I have that, I can just put it there. People could just look at it. Because to me, that's not any different than if I bought a physical book and I showed it to my neighbor. You know? I just let my neighbor borrow it. That's not any different to me than me having a thing that I own and I let my friends look at it for our specific campaign. Yeah, it's so good! So. I think that'll work. So I guess I will take this, I will take this little flavor text here, and I will like copy paste this into our little Discords. After stream, I will share it. I'll give a link to this full one-page thing as the little campaign pitch. And alongside the little overview, and I guess I'll just have insufferable anxiety about it all day. Actually, that's not true. I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna go piss. And then I'm gonna go eat soup, and then I'm probably gonna clean. But other than that, I'll have insufferable anxiety. But that's it then. This is the last campaign prep stream. Now if I ever do another writing stream, it'll be, I guess, probably for just assorted NPCs or something. I would like to do that if you guys would, if we, like, you guys, like, make little NPCs for different adventures. I think that could be fun. If I have the spoons, we can try drawing them, but if not, we can just, like, design them written-wise. That could be fun. Makes sense to me. Sorry, I was very itchy. And I had to just scratch. Okay. I think that's all I got. It's been 3 hours. That's our usual length. It's 2 p.m. my time, so I'm very hungry. Would very much like to go piss. Would very much like to go eat soup. I will also take a look at StreamerBot after and see what has gone awry, because it makes me angry and I would like for it to work. That's for after stream. You guys don't have to worry about that. And I guess I'll go post this and we'll just see. Is that everything? I think that's everything. I think that's all I got. Thanks for keeping me company today. I know today was kind of like a quieter stream. For the first hour, I think I was almost completely silent, because I was so focused. But you know, I appreciate the company, and I appreciate you guys just being here, being my little accountability buddy, so that I actually finish this. You know? It's nice, I appreciate it. Yeah. Oh fuck, I forgot that we have the new laughing emote! Yeah, I got approved! If you're subscribed, we can laugh. We can have an old giggle together. A hee-hee. A hee-hee. Maybe tomorrow I'll work on more emotes, because we do have some slots. Do a little hee-hee. And I need to upload some of them to BTT. That you guys can use them for free! Good stuff. Okay. I don't think I'm gonna do a raid today. I think I'm just gonna say thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being good chums. Thanks for your ideas. Thank you for the support. I know that maybe seems a little cheesy, like a joke, but actually I do genuinely appreciate it. I do appreciate it when I'm nervous about ideas and you guys are like, ah, go for it. It's nice. It's very kind of you, so thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah. I'm gonna go get soup. You guys should also go soup. Here's your end of stream reminder for stuff like, I'm gonna go to end of stream. For your end of stream reminder for, like, get a drink, get up and stretch, grab some food yourself. If you need to take any meds or anything, here's your med check. Because I know, God knows I forget just everything. So, here's my reminder to you, in case you are also forgetful. It's nap time. Go take a nap. Get some fresh air. Go touch a cute animal. All that good stuff that you want to do. And otherwise, enjoy the rest of your Saturday. It's Saturday, right? It's Saturday. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Here's my socials. That's the thing that people do at the end of stream. You want to check out just my art? Go to my Tim Bobbler. You want to check out my art and some ramblings? Go to my Blue Sky. I keep forgetting to use Kara, but Kara is also a good website. But I think that's it. So I'll see you guys later. Have a great rest of your day. If I don't see you tomorrow for whatever reason, enjoy the rest of your weekend. And that's all I got. So take care. Bye guys.